Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a time, hasn't it? Yeah, so 2020, it's been a year. So I thought to jump back into doing videos, I would do a roundup of some of the events that have happened during this apocalyptic horror film of a year that we are still living in. We still have 2 months to go. No, 1 month to go. Just 1 more month. So, the year started off pretty good for me. 1st of January, Mum and I bought our drama school, which was great. Worldwide, it wasn't so brilliant. We had the bushfires in Australia, which were horrific. Donald Trump almost caused World War III. It was a bit hairy there for a while. Oh, and the UK left the EU. So that was just January. We should have seen so many things coming. So then we move on to February, the month of Valentine's Day, and I had no plans as per usual. And the thing that everyone was talking about, especially in the UK, was good old Storm Dennis. Ugh. Remember the only thing you had to complain about was Dennis ruining your weekend plans? Ugh, Dennis. I miss Dennis. Huge news, Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle decided, no, we don't want to be part of the royal family anymore. They just left. Literally just hopped on a plane, like, nah, see you later guys, we don't want to be part of this anymore. So that was huge. Donald Trump, good old Donald, he was impeached. And then nothing happened. It was the most pointless waste of time thing that it was just pointless. And then towards the end of February there was like murmurings of a scary virus in China, and we were like, oh, is it gonna come over this way? Oh no, we'll be fine guys, we'll be fine. We weren't gonna be fine. So we move on to March, and the scary virus that we were all so convinced was not going to affect us, it hit Europe. And we all got a little bit scared. The stock market, that crashed. That was fun. So once this virus hit Europe, hadn't quite got to the UK yet, but for some reason, people started panic buying. You can kind of understand it, but everyone started panic buying toilet paper. Well, I still don't understand why toilet paper. Also, the Olympics were cancelled. That was huge. That was when everyone was like, oh, okay, this is actually serious. Okay, right, Olympics are cancelled. So yeah, we're only in the 3rd month of 2020 and all of this has happened. Yeah. So the UK then went into lockdown, and good old Boris was like, guys, it's only going to be for 3 weeks, it's going to be fine. And we all believed him. Yeah. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. We thought we were going to be in this for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It was the beginning of the longest summer ever. Literally from March to September, there were no months, there were no days. It was just year. That was it. People started doing weird things, you know, everyone started baking banana bread. I don't know why banana bread. Literally all over the world, everyone was like, we have nothing to do, let's bake banana bread. It was very bizarre. Also what was bizarre is because we could only do like one form of exercise and all the gyms were closed, everyone decided to become a runner. Literally everyone took up running, which is great. It was just very weird. Very weird. Our Prime Minister, Boris, good old Boris, he got COVID, which was super scary because we were all like, oh, okay, right, this is it, wow, okay, like our leader has it. That was really scary. Luckily, he got better, thank goodness, but yeah, that was quite scary. We all started clapping for the NHS on Thursdays because they were incredible, absolutely incredible. But it was just very odd. Literally every Thursday we'd all stand outside our houses with pots and pans and we'd bang them and we'd we'd stand there clapping for the NHS for a minute. I mean, it was the only time you got to see other humans, so that was quite nice. You'd see like your neighbour, but literally it was the only time you saw anyone else. We all decided that we were going to start new things. You know, we had all this free time. We were going to clean. We were going to read all the books we'd never read. We were going to take up a new hobby. I mean, me personally, I learnt German for a week. Yeah. So now we're coming into April, and people started to think that Kim Jong-un was dead. He's not. The Queen, she decided to do an Easter message. I mean, why the hell not? You know, it was literally like having Christmas at Easter. It was so bizarre. I was like, why don't I just put up the Christmas tree? You know, why not? It's 2020. You know, we've all lost the plot. 30-year-olds were making TikToks. It's just, wow. A lovely man called Tom Moore decided to walk around his garden like a gazillion times to raise money for the NHS. That was really sweet, actually. He became famous, yeah, with his little Zimmer frame. You know, that was cute, that was sweet. Kind of got the nation going, gave us some hope. The term social distancing became the norm. Literally, that's a phrase I'd never heard before this year, and I think I use it at least 20 times a week now. Mostly because I'm just irritated that people aren't social distancing. And on a personal note, I had to start Zoom classes. No one had ever heard of Zoom before this pandemic, but it became the thing that people use instead of FaceTime or Skype or anything like that. Yeah, so we started Zoom classes. They're scary. They're not fun. Trying to keep a group of teenagers occupied for just half an hour, just half an hour. It's terrifying. There was crying, there was screaming, mostly on my part. I don't want to do it again. Good old Tom Moore, in May, we're in May now, he got a knighthood, bless him, bless his cotton socks. Got a knighthood for his walking, which was really good, really sweet. Lots of politicians were very, very naughty, and it was discovered that they weren't adhering to the lockdown rules. They were travelling many, many miles when they weren't supposed to. So then the rest of the UK thought, hang on a minute, if they can do it, why the hell can't I? So basically, it's the politicians' fault that everyone else decided to break the rules as well, because the politicians who came up with the rules couldn't stick to the rules. Politics is great. Also in May, big thing happened. Black Lives Matter movement got even bigger, even more heated when George Floyd was murdered by a police officer, and it was horrific. It really was horrific what happened to him, and it brought up a lot of anger and resentment and old wounds, which rightly so it should have, because it was disgusting what happened to him. So that sort of boiled over from May into the beginning of June. So in June, some schools reopened, but the children had to stay in bubbles, pods, or whatever laundry term they decided they wanted to use for them. Joe Biden announced that he was, you know, running for president against good old Donald. Thank goodness, because it was looking scary there for a minute that nobody was going to run against him. Yep. In the UK, non-essential shops opened and everyone lost their freaking minds about going to Nike to buy some new trainers. Because, you know, apparently you can't deal with life unless you're buying new trainers. It was pandemonium. Seriously. So now we're in July. American Independence Day. Kanye West decides he's going to run for president. Can you imagine? We'd have Kanye West as president and Kim Kardashian as the first lady. I mean, that would be like historic. Wow. Face coverings became the law in the UK, but some people decided not to wear them. You could become exempt from them if you had severe anxiety or severe asthma. Apparently you can also be exempt from them if you go to your doctor and say it's causing you acne. Now, I don't know about you, I think you getting a few spots on your face is nowhere near as important as, you know, stopping the spread of a deadly virus. Also, some people decided, no, it goes against my rights as a human. No, it goes against your rights as a human not to protect the rest of us. Sorry if this offends you, but literally for 30 minutes a day, if that, when you go to the grocery store, you can't wear a face covering. That... Yeah. So yeah, we were all starting to think in July that, you know, maybe life might start, you know, getting back to normal a little bit, you know. Things were looking up, guys. Yeah. So we're in August, and August was a month. There was the horrific explosion in Beirut. That was awful. There was also the A-level results, which was not fun because they all got their predicted grade results. I don't know about you guys, but I did not study for my mocks, and if I got my predicted grades as my actual grades, I would never have got into university. I was predicted a D on my maths A-level, and I worked really hard, and in my actual A-level I got a B. On a personal note, I turned up to a photo shoot, and the model who I was modelling with was my ex. So that was a fun day. So now we're in September. School reopened. And we were all terrified because as a teacher, I know everyone gets sick in September because we're all coming back together and all our germs are mingling and blech. And children are germ factories. They are. Children are lovely, but they harbour germs. And, you know, it was just very, very scary and worrying. Yeah. In the UK, it also brought in the rule of 6. The rule of 6. It's, you know, the rules and regulations throughout lockdown, throughout this year in the UK have been so mind-boggling and confusing and contradictory that no one knows what the hell we're actually allowed to do. Literally, there is no rhyme or reason to any of the restrictions. Moving into October, and good old Donald, he finally succumbed to COVID. You know, that's what happens, Donald, when you don't wear a mask, when you go around the entire country shaking people's hands all the time without wearing a mask, without washing your hands, and just being a general douchebag. Yeah. Then Donald recovered and said it was because his body was so healthy that COVID couldn't stay alive in it. In the UK, the cases rose of coronavirus again because no one was adhering to social distancing, because nobody knew what we were and weren't allowed to do. It was so confusing. It still is confusing. So then there was Halloween, my favourite holiday, but you couldn't really do trick-or-treating properly, so what you had to do was, as a parent, you would walk around with your own bag of candy, and each time your child saw a pumpkin in someone's window, you'd give them a bag of candy. It was very expensive for parents. I do feel very sorry for them. There was also talk of another impending lockdown in the UK. So now we come into the month that we are currently living in, November. The world, it's been a very, very tumultuous time. You know, everything has been closed and then opened up again. Boris told us to stay at home, but then he told us to go out, but then he told us to not go to work, but we should go to work. You know, gyms had to close, but then gyms reopened again because exercise is important, but we can't do exercise now because the gyms are going to close again. And it was the 1st of November and we had a lockdown again. But it's not a proper lockdown because kids can still go to school and universities are still open because, you know, apparently the virus knows that, you know, teenagers, young adults and children, they don't harbour germs or spread viruses and they social distance. Also, the fun time, US election, woohoo! That's been very interesting and entertaining and terrifying at the same time to watch. Biden is winning, thank God. But Trump doesn't believe it and he wants all of the votes to be recounted because he believes that there's cheating going on. So that's where we're up to in 2020, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. That, yeah. Oh, I genuinely, you could not write this year. In like 10 years time, they're going to make a movie about this year and it's going to be epic. I can feel it. I really do feel for school students in about 100 years time when this year is a topic in their history lessons, because each month will be a different, you know, segment to learn about. It's been so, ugh. So guys, that has been 2020 so far. We'll see what happens with the presidency. We'll see what December brings. I'm super looking forward to it. It's gonna be epic, absolutely epic. You know, I would not be surprised that when it gets to midnight on the 31st of December that it goes into the 61st minute instead of, you know, minute 1. You know, it's that type of year, guys. It's been great. So, I'm going to start making some more videos again, just because I think the world needs some fun and laughter, and I might be the person to bring that to you. I might not, who knows, but yeah, it's going to be fun. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I don't like saying that at the beginning because you might not like it, but then I feel like maybe I should say it at the beginning because you might not get all the way to the end. But if you don't come all the way to the end, then clearly you haven't enjoyed the video, so you wouldn't give it a thumbs up anyway. Please subscribe to my channel. Be amazing if you did that. Yeah, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.